Hey everyone! Welcome to episode 8 of Calanthe, the Blue Crystal. And I was about to say that in the Overwatch lady voice, because for anybody who's played Overwatch, that woman is amazing. And I've played so much Overwatch in the past few months that I legit had a dream about it the other day, where I'm like, welcome to Lijiang Tower. Anyway, so, I'm just going to imagine that that's how I said it. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. What happened so far? Well, we found the Blue Tower. Willow turned out to be Hawyn. And we had a druid get caught in time, potentially forever gone. And we had 4 of our heroes get a interesting blue crystal upon hearing Cameo's voice when they reached the top of the Blue Tower and solved the puzzle successfully. So they have returned back down the different levels of the tower. They are now on the ground floor again. When they discovered that the room that they had initially tried to figure out what the blue torches meant had now regular color torches. And it looked like there was a passageway behind one of the bookcases that had opened up. So naturally, they're going to investigate. And as our heroes were about to descend down the staircase, Hawyn came in through the front entrance, of the Blue Tower. And she said, "Oh, great, you guys got the magic barrier down. Let's get to it, shall we?" Essentially. So that is where we left off. All right. So here we are, ground level of the Hubris and Bane, which is the name of the tower, colloquially called the Blue Tower, because it does shimmer blue on the outside, and on the inside the crystals give off the light, in the crystals that are inside the walls, and really almost feel like they're everywhere, part of the tower. So that's why it has the name, the Blue Tower. But yes, so here we are in the side room on the ground floor. It looks like Thrymbi and Makaria and Shiala were just about to head down. Sariel stepped back as she heard Hawyn's voice. Is there anything that anybody would like to do? If that's what you would like to do, sure. Does anybody else follow Thrymbi?
I sure do.
Shiala's gonna check back and wave at Hawyn and then follow them.
Sariel is gonna run over to Hawyn and excited and hopefully say, "Have you seen a starry?"
Hawyn responds with the shake of her head, and she says, honestly, you literally walked in and the barrier came down. I followed right behind you.
Oh, no way. So much more time has passed for us. Callum's missing?
Callum? What happened to him?
I don't know. There was like this thing with the torches and then there was like, I don't know. He just disappeared.
Hawyn frowns and she nods. I know Tom disappeared on me once that same way. I think it has to do with the timelines, and we probably have to fix something, and we might get him back, but she doesn't seem to be overly concerned. She starts to look around, and her next question is, have you found any useful information?
Sariel's not really sure whether to tell her about like the potion that we obtained and stuff, but she's still just not 100% sure that we can trust this person. So she's thinking about what to do. I mean, we fought a bunch of things, and we don't have any clear information as to what happened. So I don't have anything concrete.
Hawyn nods and takes a look into the room on the left and the room on the right, notices the passageway that you all have opened, and nods in that direction. Well, let's go see if there's anything else here.
All right.
So as everybody makes their way down the staircase, there's it looks like it's a connecting tunnel of some sort. There are no blue crystals coming out of the walls of this particular entrance, but as you descend further and further down, you notice the familiar blue glow showing up again. And by the time that you reach nearly the bottom of it, you get the sense that you are stepping through another part, It almost feels like the way that it had felt when you got vertigo when you went up into the top part of the tower, except now it feels like you're somehow twisting and turning in the opposite direction as you descend further down. And you reach the end of the stairwell. And you notice that the corridor ends and it branches off into two directions, left or right. What do you do?
I guess I go to the end here and then look both left and right. And looking to your right, you notice that that there's a pretty large room that opens up before you. It's not as big as the main room with the columns on the other floors, and in fact you might have no idea on what relation it is to the other floors currently, but it does appear to be empty. On the left-hand side, you notice that the corridor, again, a little bit dead ends, and there's another left and right fork. Wait, so I can see all the way inside of this room? I can see, like, every part of it?
Yeah, if you just took a step in that direction, you would notice that it is completely empty.
Alright, then I guess I go here. Oh, and I look left and right.
I wanted to go and check this room just real quick. Just a little bit of a closer examination. Probably a good idea.
I'm gonna follow.
I tell Shiala and Sariel not to take too long. We'll be waiting here.
I just want to go in, look around, see if I can find anything that might not be obvious. Like, any levers.
I was gonna ask, is Shiala looking for levers at this point?
Is there a time when she's not?
You can.
Can I? Sorry.
Shiala, if you can do an investigation check, and what's up, Sariel?
I was just gonna try to feel out if there's any like magical energy. So I was wondering if I could do an Arcana check for that or something.
Yes.
These investigation checks. Make it perception, please.
I take passive perception into consideration as well,
Oof.
just normally, FYI.
Why
Shiala,
am I a sorcerer with 0 arcana?
Every time I roll Arcana, it's freaking high for some reason.
it is. You're like roll the 20s and such. Shiala, as you look around, there are no levers that you can see. However, you can tell that there was something that was stored here, and it looks like there's kind of just traces of where dust and dirt has kind of collected around certain shapes that look like barrels or crates or chests, those kinds of shapes, and circular and whatnot.
Is there new dust in the place where they were and just thicker dust around it, or is it like freshly moved?
It looks like it is somewhat freshly moved.
Okay. So I'm going to relay this to the people that are in the hallway, because I'm assuming that Sariel can kind of see this, because I didn't roll very good at investigation. It's just kind of stuff that you should probably be able to see even if you aren't looking. But yeah, Shell is just going to relay all of that to the people in the hall. That it looks like there has been recent use of this building.
And Sariel, you can tell that magic, really powerful magic, has been used here recently, maybe in the last few days or so, but you can't really determine much beyond that.
Okay, I agree. I'm sensing some remnants of either a large spell or, I don't know, maybe a group spell or something.
Can I look to
seems like
see?
a lot of magic was used here.
Can I look to see if there's any sort of indication of where things were taken, like scrapes in the dust to show a direction they went, or anything like that? Footsteps, perhaps.
Yes, if you can do another investigation check. Oh, I don't think you heard me because I was on mute. If you could do another investigation check, please.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's not horrible.
As you look closer to the way that things have shifted on the floor, you can kind of get a determination that they all seem to be going in the general direction of up here. Sort of towards one corner of the room. In other words, nothing was moved out of the room through which, in the direction from which you came.
It is really hard not to think like I think and to think more like Shiala thinks, because my brain is thinking things that Shiala wouldn't think. So, Shiala points this out to Sariel and goes up to see what might be over in the direction that boxes were, trying to look and see if there's any clue as to where they might have been taken.
Sariel's gonna cautiously follow her.
Inching her way over.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Oh, sure.
What is it with me and tens right now?
Based on what Sariel had found and your general observation skills of what's happened, Shiala, you get the sense that maybe there was some sort of a portal involved, where someone may have moved some items through the magical means of that.
Yeah, that's definitely what I was going for. So Shiala goes ahead and relays all of that. It seems that there was a portal in here and they moved stuff through it.
Okay.
She goes up to Hawyn and asks if she knows anything about what this could be or who this could be.
Hawyn thinks for a moment, and seems a little bit lost in thought for quite some time, almost as if she's reliving something. And then she blinks herself like back into the moment, and she looks at Shell and she says, "I'm sorry, what did you say?"
It looks like these boxes have been moved through a portal, which means that people have been here, and I was wondering if you would know who that could possibly be. Is it like I know that we had some interesting guests inside the tower, mostly undead, and there's what I feel like is a magical portal that was cast over there, where all of these dust trails lead to.
Hawyn,
Did this.
Hawyn shakes her head. I don't know. Everything should have been here. That's what the note said, right? It said, and she starts mumbling in Elvish, and then just keeps repeating one phrase over and over again. Lende tasarinan, mindon eldalyeva.
Which means
Does Shiala know Elvish?
she does. And so does Sariel.
It means they left for the Land of Willows, the Blue Tower of the Elves.
Okay.
Mindon.
Can I get that again?
Did you mean Minden?
Mindoluin. Hawyn just keeps repeating the words, then looks at Sariel. Mindoluin? Mindon.
It's Mindon.
Minden. Mindoluin, Minden, Mindoluin. She keeps repeating that over again, then her eyes light up. She's like, oh, the lofty tower, not the blue tower. Oh, I'm so stupid. And she just walks into the middle of the empty room. This is the wrong place. It's the wrong place. It's the wrong place, Hawyn. Just kind of starts mumbling and talking to herself.
Okay.
What's the lofty tower?
The lofty tower. My mother, she wrote Mindoluin, but it was smudged. It was smudged. I think she meant Mindon, and then they left for the Land of Willows. It's the lofty tower of the elves. Where's the lofty tower? And she looks at Sariel and Shiala, just confused.
I haven't heard of a lofty tower.
Maybe we'll find more further in. Shiala goes and relays all of the stuff that has just been going on to these fine people waiting for us in the hallway.
Catching up Makaria and Thrymbi on
Yes.
what's been going on, if they didn't already hear some of it.
Huh, alright. Well, let's go.
Thrymbi is a man of few
Sariel.
words.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sariel gently places a hand on Hawyn's shoulder and says, hopefully we'll find all the answers that we're looking for together.
Hawyn looks at Sariel and says, how do you know the phrase?
I'm an elf? No, but I saw those words written in the edges of a book that my master had in his library. Linda, Tessarian, Minden, Eldeliva? I believe it was.
Written on the edges. Astari knows that.
Yes.
It looks like Sariel has given Hawyn just the tiniest bit of hope Okay, we'll find the lofty tower, and then that will give us all the answers. Okay, sure.
All right.
Time for Thrymbi, Dwarf of Action. To make a
Thrymbi
decision.
looks back and is like, all right, are we all ready to go?
Yes.
Yep.
Then let's tear this up. Thrymbi goes over here and looks to the left.
Shiala is going to look for a lever right here. I couldn't help it.
Shiala does not find a lever.
You're just giving me that one.
we'll use the same investigation roll. Now, Thrymbi, you see that particular corridor to the right also ends in another dead end, but take a left, or well, I guess it's not really a dead end. It ends in a wall, and to the left is a staircase down to another corridor that seems to also end, and then there's another left.
All right, let's take these lefts.
As you descend further down, you come up to an area that has a giant gate, and there is a little alcove with a chest and a few chains coming from the walls and a few bones that seem to belong to one person, but not all the bones are there.
Oh, well, look what we got here. I look for like a mechanism to open the gate. If there's like a switch or a lever.
Or a lever.
Looking for levers, eh? You can go ahead and do an investigation check.
Is Shiala gonna jump in on that as well?
Levers, that's Shiala's specialty.
Another 10, of course.
The curse of tens.
I'd like to do another Arcana check and,
Oh, there we
and
go.
try to
There's a
see
nice
if there's any sort of magic, like trap or anything on the door.
Go ahead and do that. Makaria, you are looking for a lever or a mechanism to open the gate as well.
I sure am.
Everybody has joined me in my quest for levers.
He needs a win. He really needs a win here.
As far as you can tell, Thrymbi and Shiala, there is no immediate way to unlock this gate that you can tell from just looking around the area. Makaria, you, upon examining the gate, you notice that the only way that it seems to open is to go into the grooves on the bottom. So it looks like something potentially, you gather that somewhere else will unlock this. As far as you can tell, there's nothing here either, but that it does go into the ground to open.
All right, I mentioned that to everybody.
Neat. How do
Are
we
the
open it?
bars wide enough for someone of a slender build, like an elf, to slip through?
They are not, no.
What about Nidase?
Yeah, I was gonna say need to say.
Yes, Nidase could fit through.
All right. Does Nidase have the dexterity to open a chest?
Let's have her do a dex check.
Okay, well, hold on first. Let me put her in here. Ooh,
I didn't
Nidase
sense
behind
any
bars.
magic, right?
Oh, sorry. No, you did not.
Okay.
Too late
I
now.
was like,
Ooh, Nidase.
Nidase tries unsuccessfully to open the chest, but you can all pretty much tell that it appears to also just be locked.
Shiala's gonna just check up in here.
Is the chest small enough to fit through the bars?
No. And Shiala, checking up there, you basically see a mirror image of the stairwell on the other side.
But no levers.
Corridor. No levers, no.
This is frustrating.
I call Nita say back to me.
What kind of metal? Can Thrymbi look to see what kind of metal the bars are made of?
Yes. Investigation, please. It looks like very well put together iron, but nothing more complex than that.
Iron, huh? I turn to Sariel and I'm like, aren't you some kind of acid user? Can you dissolve these bars?
I have one level 2 spell left. And I have Misty Step, so I could teleport in, but I can't teleport back out. Unless we stay here for 8 hours.
Well, if you teleported in, you would definitely be staying here for 8 hours.
Right? Hopefully I don't end up like whatever poor creature was last in there.
Well, that'd just be all up to chance.
Shiala's just gonna go up here and just double check this little nook.
Is it possible to rest here, guys? Slash GM?
Seems like a hard step.
After I use my last spell, preferably.
At this point, you don't get the sense that it is unsafe, nor safe. It's as good as place as any to rest. Obviously, you're not sure if other creatures will come here. Based on what you found in the other room, you do know that someone certainly knows how to access this place. Possibly catch you unawares. But at this moment, it doesn't seem to be any immediate threat.
Okay. So, I have another idea really quick. I'm gonna use my mage hand and attempt to lift up the chest and drop it and break it, see what the contents are. It looks wooden. So if I lift it up all the way to the ceiling with the mage hand and then drop it. But if it's over, like, I think it's 10 pounds, I don't think it'll work. But I'm gonna try.
Okay. While you do that, Makaria, is there anything that you wanted to do in the other room?
I was just kind of looking around, looking for the way to open it. I know that everyone else checked already, but I feel like upon seeing that, Makaria would go around and check for stuff too.
And Shiala is double checking. She is now paranoid that there is a lever somewhere.
You can both do investigation checks if you'd like.
I don't remember how to put my mage hand on.
Oh, should be able to click and drag. If not, I can do that for you.
From where?
From the journal?
Right.
I mean, it's better than my first investigation check. I mean, mine, rather.
I mean, I'm basically aware that there is in fact a room here.
Makaria, as you walk around trying to see if there's any thing awry in this room, you accidentally trip over Nidase at one point, but don't find anything substantial.
I was just checking the ground. I was checking the floor to make sure that we were thorough.
Shiala, on your second look, you are more certain than ever that it looks like everything that had been at one point stashed in this room was absolutely taken over to that right corner there. And then all traces of it seem to be gone.
All right, Shiala's just gonna walk over into this corner and look around. Like specifically in this little, like 3x3 area.
It looks like no one has stepped foot in that area for a very long time. You, Makari, I need to say, are pretty much the first tracks in that corner. And nothing else seems to be out of place, as it were.
Okay.
Where's the dust the thickest in the room?
Where you're standing.
I want to lay right there and make a dust angel.
Just need to say, follow you, or...
I don't know what her dust angel would look like. She can lay on the ground and like make her feet run and see what happens there. It'll look like a dust rocking horse.
Is Makaria kind of like sideways to accommodate for her tail, or is she kind of just on it?
The dust angel just has a third leg. It's a tripod.
I'm so glad I wasn't the only one.
Phrasing.
You can feel free to draw in what the resulting dust angel looks like, if you would like.
Do I have that power?
I believe so. If you go to the third icon on the left there, the third icon down, just do freehand. Should be able to.
Oh my god, I can. Okay.
As Makaria is dust angeling, Sariel, your mage hand tries to lift the chest, you said?
Yes.
Where does it go for that?
What do you mean? Where does it go?
Like, does it, how does it try to lift it? Does it kind of try to wiggle itself underneath it? Or how would the mage hand try to pick up the chest?
I suppose it would look, or I would, you know, do I see a handle on the chest?
There are two handles, one on each side.
I would have the mage hand grab one of those handles firmly and start to ascend into the air.
The mage hand tries very, very hard to pull up the chest by the handle, but it does not succeed. It is very, very heavy.
Damn. Okay, so I'm going to then have the mage hand come over and sift through these bones and look for any kind of key for the lock.
You can do a dexterity and an investigation check for me, please.
Alrighty.
Nice.
The mage hand is very adept at moving through the bones, and even manages to put them in the order of a skeleton, as best as it can with the missing bones. But alas, there does not seem to be a key there.
Oof. Am I able to push the chest toward the... It's too heavy, right?
It's too heavy. But Sariel, if you can do a history check for me, please.
Okay.
Jeez.
Now I
Your
can roll
rolls.
good. Gee.
You remember that when you first walked in, you took some items off of that table in the ground in that big room.
That's right.
That-
I have a gaggle of keys.
A gaggle of keys!
But I can't get to the fucking chest.
You
All
have
right.
a mage hand.
I can't, like, oh, right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I make the mage hand come and get the gaggle of keys and start trying the keys one by one into the lock of the chest. Thank you. Thank you, Shiala. Sariel didn't get very much sleep last night, no.
I haven't slept yet.
Meanwhile, Makaria Dusty. I It looks like Nidase has also joined our friend the Dusty.
Dusty Mac was here.
My friends call me Dusty Mac.
Makaria, go ahead and give yourself inspiration for that, please.
Yes!
Sariel, your mage hand finally gets to the right key, and the chest pops. The lock unclicks, or rather clicks, I guess, and the mage hand is able to open up the chest.
Woo!
From
Inside the chest is a lever.
Mage hands are adept at pulling levers.
and from where you all are on the other side of the gate, you can tell that there are some candle holders. Looks like they're maybe made out of gold. They're a little far away to tell truly what exactly they look like, but you can from what you can gather, they seem to all look the same.
And that's all that's in there.
Yes.
Alright, I have the mage hand bring me all of the contents of the chest through the bars. And I put it, or well, I show it to everybody, I guess. And I have the mage hand also bring me back the gaggle of keys.
Nice.
Guys, I got the stuff!
So the mage hand brings you back. What exactly do you have the mage hand do? How do you communicate that it, like, do you have it bring back everything that's in the chest, or do you carefully sort of look and pull out the things from where you can see?
Yeah, I have it kind of lift up the things so that I can look at them, and I just have it float the items to me. Basically, I can control the hand, so it just does what I want.
Okay, so it brings over 6 of the key, 6 of the it brings over the keys, and then 6 of the candle holders. And as it brings over the last candle holder, you notice that there's something else on top of it. And as it deposits it in your hands, you notice that it is a necklace that is it's golden. Actually, oh goodness, let me show you all this stuff. This is, okay, tell me, I hope this works. Please roll 20, please work. That is what the candle holders look like.
Ooh.
And they all are exactly the same. There are no inscriptions on it, but it looks like maybe like little golden leaves all around it. It's circular on the bottom. It looks like almost like a flower kind of bursts out from the middle a little bit. It's very light to the touch. As you hold it, it doesn't seem to have a whole lot of weight, and it is it's very pretty. And then you'll also see a necklace. Bam! It's a kind of golden, circular. It looks like the sun over, or the sun either rising or setting on the horizon of a big ocean or water, and it's just on a small, unassuming chain.
So the necklace is on top of one of the candle holders, correct? The last one.
Yeah, it looks like it just it looks like maybe it's stuck there.
All right, I set the other candle holders in front of the gate so that my co-adventurers can look at them, and I would like to do an Arcana check on the necklace. I know I'm really bad at Arcana, but I don't want to touch it if it's like spelled or something.
Go ahead.
I also, yeah, sorry, I'll do that next.
You and all your good rolls.
Hey, I finally didn't do like an under 10 Arcana roll.
There is nothing magical about this particular necklace that you can tell.
All right, hey Thrymbi, does this symbol mean anything to you on this necklace?
Do I make a roll to see if it means something?
You can, when she shows it to you, what exactly do you do? Do you take it, Thrymbi, to look at it, or do you see it from just afar?
I take it to look at it.
As you look at it, you're fairly certain you recognize it, and you get the strong feeling to want to look at the back of it. Do you look at the back of it?
Yeah, flip it over.
Inscribed or engraved in it is are the words M. Lanfolar.
Oh shit. Yeah, I hand it back to Sariel, and I'm like, this is really well crafted, but I'm afraid it's not magical at all. You might make a pretty penny if you sold that.
Wait, so it doesn't mean anything? It's not a symbol for anything, or? Sorry, I was looking intricately at these candle holders, and I kind of...
Thrymbi kind of trails off, and he's staring at the bones over there. Here, right here. He's staring at those bones, and he's like sweating bullets, staring at those bones.
What the hell?
She all just turns to Thrymbi's like, what's going on? What's wrong?
You wouldn't. We need to get past that gate. We need to get past that gate. We need to take those bones.
Do you want me to get the bones for you? Can the skull fit through the bars?
Yeah. Can the skull fit through the bars?
The skull cannot.
Give me all the other bones.
Okay. I have the mage hand bring Thrymbi the bones one by one and deposit them at his...
I take the bones and I put them in my sack. How much do bones weigh? Does it matter?
That particular collection of bones weighs about 3 pounds, I would say. All that the mage hand was able to give you.
So I added 3 pounds of bones to my inventory. I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta bury this.
Is there anything under where the bones were? Or, oh, I guess I already sifted. Never mind.
Yeah, no, there's nothing, again, out of the ordinary, I guess, that you wouldn't find underneath a pile of bones.
So we're just leaving the skull there? That's weird.
I can break the skull with the mage hand.
No. Don't break the skull. Don't break the skull. I'm gonna roll a thing just for myself. 1 second. Okay, yeah. Thrymbi's like, no, don't break the skull. And you audibly hear him whisper like, "I'll be back for you." through the gate.
Wait, so hold on. If I
Creep.
use Misty Step and get in there, and then we wait at least 4 hours, I can come back out. Of course, that would mean I fully rest and you guys only half rest. But we could always also wait 8 hours. I'm pretty tired. I'll hang out with the skull in there, I guess. You guys are down for that, and then I can Misty Step back out with it, right? Or take any items I'm carrying with me.
Thrymbi is full on crying all of a sudden. Like full on man sobbing.
I don't know
What's
what to do with this roller
happening?
coaster of emotions. Bakaria backs up.
Thrymbi.
Shiala walks over to him and puts her hand on his shoulder. She's slightly disgusted doing so, but she does.
Thrymbi barely notices because he's so into crying right now.
Who was this person, Thrymbi?
Just another mortal soul taken from this tenuous realm of life.
What does the inscription mean? On the necklace?
Leave me alone. I need time to grieve. Thrymbi bursts, tries to push past Shiala. And then
She just
tries to
lets
push
him.
past Hawyn. Can I make a strength check to push past Hawyn?
Oh, sure, yeah. If you want. I was gonna just have to
Alright.
let you go.
Okay, but if I hit a 20, if I hit a nat 20, can I accidentally push her to the ground?
Yes.
Oh wait, that's a save. Hold on, Mulligan. Okay. Thrymbi pushes past Hawyn, and he's like running up the stairs here.
I like that he took the long way around.
So are we not taking a long rest? Do you not want the fucking skull? What's happening?
I don't think I can actually hear that from where I am.
I'm going upstairs
I,
to look
like,
for ways to get
yelled
into the cell.
Yeah. You said, can you describe again for me how this gate, like it goes down into like little slots down at the bottom or something?
Makaria, did you tell them what you gathered for the gate? Because I believe Makaria
Yeah.
is the one that... Okay.
I told them that like right when I figured that.
Gotcha. Yeah, it looks like it comes up through slats on the bottom, and that's potentially how it also gets gone.
So there's like bars sliding up through holes or something, or is there just one big hole?
From what you can tell right now, it appears to be, or from what Makaria could tell, it's probably one giant hole.
Okay.
Maybe we can all grab the bars and try to force it downward. See if force makes it collapse into the floor.
Hawyn
We can certainly try.
Hawyn walks over, kind of still reeling from Thrymbi's push. Kind of looks at the scene and looks at Shiala, says, "Okay, what was that all about? Who is that?"
I don't know. This necklace was found with the belongings of the deceased. The hand how in the necklace.
Hawyn tries to take a closer look to the skull that's still there. And she looks back up, looks at Sariel and Shiala and says, "This... I mean, these bones looks like they've been here for ages. Decades, maybe."
Okay. Does this necklace mean anything to you? Do you think it looks familiar? Do you know what the inscription means?
Hawyn shakes her head. No?
Alright. I stow the necklace back into my stuff if Hawyn gives it back to me.
She hands it back.
What about these candlesticks, Hawyn? What do you think of them? Candlesticks are still kind of on the floor right here because nobody picked them up.
Shiala will pick at least one of them up and put it into her backpack.
She just casually is just, I'm gonna take this now.
She thinks it's being offered to her, so she takes it.
Sariel doesn't mind.
Shiala, as you grab one of the candle holders, you can sense that there's a little magical vibration to it. You can definitely determine it's a magical item. And Hawyn looks at them, nods her head as she picks one up, and she says, I don't know what these are, but I would definitely hold on to them.
Shiala picks up all of them. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, do you want to split them between us, Shiala, and I don't know, just help kind of carry the burden together?
How many are there?
6.
6? Sure.
Yeah, so 3 each.
There are 7.
Oh, so.
Oh, I
I'll
thought
take
you
the
said they
ex-
were 6, sorry. She's like, I'll take the extra one. They look expensive.
Oh, that's not actually what I was thinking either.
They're gold.
I was
And I'll
just thinking
keep
they're
hold of
heavy.
I'll keep hold of the necklace.
That works.
Hawyn doesn't really let go of the one that she has. She's still studying it, starts to mumble again, and she says, Elves. Elves, this is Elvish. This is Elvish work.
Okay. What kind of elf made this?
Getting the feeling we have to go find elves in that other tower.
Hawyn just keeps mumbling to herself, takes the candle holder, and starts walking away.
Wait, so she
Okay.
takes the 7th one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I removed it.
Okay.
So we each
She
have
did give
3.
me back the necklace, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to do one last thing with this chest. I want to kind of, is it like light enough for the mage hand to move it around?
It's almost just as heavy as before.
Ah, shit. I just wanted to like turn it around and tip it toward me just to make sure that I could see the bottom and make sure that there's nothing else in the chest. I guess I can have the mage hand feel around in there just to make sure.
Yeah, if you can do an Arcana and investigation check, please.
Yuck.
So your mage hand feels around the bottom and then pops back up with a yellow feather.
Ooh. I have it bring that to me immediately. Do I sense any magic from the feather or anything?
No.
Alright, I put the feather in my stuff.
I add it to my rucksack.
So what now? Do we leave or?
Does Thrymbi see Makaria on his way out? Or, like, how does the time work in that sense?
Makaria, when did you leave?
As soon as I heard Thrymbi acknowledge that he, well, what seems like acknowledged that he kind of knew or had a connection to the skeleton, I left to go try to find a way into this.
Right, so I think Thrymbi went out after Makaria did.
Yep, Shiala's gonna start making her way and try and catch up with the others.
I will follow. Sariel's gonna take one last look in here and see the wonderful artwork.
You're welcome.
She kind of almost is like, guys, there's a. Oh wait, never mind.
There's something
She
here.
realized-
Oh.
Even funnier is that Makaria's cloak and everything, all her clothes are now covered in dust.
Don't say nothing. I got 2 swords.
Oh. Dang. Shit. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. Da-da-da. All right. So Makaria, you head out after you hear the stuff about the bones, the unidentified, possibly someone bones, and you head back up to the ground level. And is there anything that you do up here while the rest of them are looking at candle holders and chests? Am I muted again? No. Okay.
No,
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking.
Oh, that's fine.
Trying to think of what would make the cell bars drop.
Really bad connection.
Turn the Wi-Fi off.
I'm gonna need the password to the Wi-Fi, please.
We call it the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
So where's the room with the cell bars in relation to this map? It's not below any of these rooms up here?
You're uncertain. As you went down the stairs, you had a vertigo sensation that everything kind of shifted, or you spun around really quickly as you passed from some of the steps onto other steps. So it almost felt like you went through some sort of unseen portal, is what it felt like. So you're not entirely sure. It's unclear whether or not it's actually even underground as much as it is somewhere else.
Is this a grappling hook?
It is.
What? How did I miss that the first time?
Right, I kind of saw it too. I was like, I want to get that, but it's all yours. It's fine.
Nah, I don't want it. You can have it.
No! I take the grappling hook. I run over. Oh, well, when I get there. Just kidding. I'm not there yet. None of this happened.
Alright, I want to look around this little area for anything that might. I want to look for levers
I thought you said lemurs for a second.
or buttons or I don't know, things that I can stomp on. All of the.
Pressure plates.
I'm gonna save you the trouble of an investigation check. There is nothing there. That looks like a mechanism that moves or anything like that.
Did we sense magic down there at the gate thing? Did anybody do Arcana and find anything that was about that particular gate?
I rolled and did not sense any.
Okay.
Earlier, when the torches were blue, Sariel noticed that there was magic on that side of the tower, but then when the torches became not blue, the magic was gone. Was the only time anyone sensed anything like that.
What's on the floor next to me right here?
That's a trap. Like a mouse trap kind of trap.
Bear trap.
Bear trap.
Ugh, I already have an animal trap. No thank you. The thing is so heavy. I don't want to go back through the whole castle again, but I need to get in that cell.
Alright, was there like any... Did anybody check for like a keyhole on the bars or anything, or in the wall next to the bar?
Yeah, we checked for that.
By this point, Thrymbi would have come up.
Alright, Thrymbi's running past Macaria crying. And he's trying to get to the exit of this tower.
I don't know what to do. I guess I let him run away. I'm not really like a let's talk it out kind of person. I guess I just kind of yell like, we can still find a way in, but I don't follow him for fear of hugs.
Our fear of hugs.
Yeah, Thrymbi doesn't even seem to hear it, and he's just running out.
I want to say something so bad, but I'm not there yet.
I can wait. It will take me a while.
Thrymbi, go ahead and give yourself inspiration. This is not a side of Thrymbi we have seen before.
Ooh, alright.
So you just you run out. Thrymbi just runs outside.
Yes, outside.
Okay. Slowly, one by one, Hawyn comes up, Shiala, and Sariel. And Hawyn is holding one of the candle holders. And is still just staring at it intently, as if by looking at it enough, the secrets will open up to her.
Macaria,
What's up?
trying to keep you from running away. Alright, hold on, come here. So, I speak in a whisper so that Hawyn cannot hear me. I haven't told Hawyn about the potions that we found. Do you think we should tell her? And what if one of those potions can help us get into that set of bars?
What if it kills us instead?
How badly do you want to get that skull?
Why can't you melt the bars?
Because I only have one freaking spell left, and then we don't even know if it'll work.
We killed everything in here.
That we know of. There was a secret
We
passage that we
re-killed
didn't
everything in here.
Is there a candle in here?
see. Ooh, that's...
So I was going to check until somebody had to start whispering.
Yes.
Can I put the candle into one of the candle holders?
Yes, you can.
I do that.
You are now holding a candle holder with a candle in it. But nothing happens
Okay.
that you can tell.
I'm gonna put the candle out and then put the candle into my backpack.
Wait, but
Okay.
I see this happening, and I'm like, wait. You didn't try lighting it.
I thought it was already lit.
Nope.
Yeah, we're
You
going
just
with
had
it.
a candle in a candle holder, but you didn't light it.
Okay.
Lit or unlit, it doesn't seem to do anything that you can tell.
Okay. So Shiala, come here. I just asked Makaria, but she didn't seem to care. So like, what do you think about? Remember those potions?
No.
Like,
Shut down!
hey, Hawyn. I'm just gonna go do it anyway. Fuck it.
Wait, first, before you get there. I went up to Hawyn and I see her with the candle holder and I'm like, hey, that's really cool. Can I take a look?
Hawyn blinks herself back into the moment. And she looks at Makaria and says, "What?"
The candle holder. Can I see it? I didn't get to look at it.
"Oh, sure." And she reaches up with the candle holder to give it to Makaria, but doesn't quite let go.
I take it forcibly.
Can I have you do a strength check, please?
Maybe. Hold on. Sorry, I made my thing really small. Hold on.
No, no worries. No rush. Can you do this strength, like where it says, on the very
the
left?
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if it really truly matters, but just in case.
Yeah,
Say the proficiencies.
because
probably.
saving throws are going to be higher, I
Yeah.
think. And there we go. Don't argue with the GM and that kind of thing. When you roll low and they tell you to re-roll.
I mean, if she didn't give it to me, I was just gonna take my sword out, so.
Ooh.
So you try to pull the candle holder from Hawyn, but Hawyn holds on to it just enough where right now you're doing a little bit of a tug-o-war.
I put my hand on my sword and I say, Hawyn, I need this candle holder.
Makaria, what are you doing? Leave her alone.
Thrymbi's the closest thing I have to a friend. I'm finding a way into that cell.
That was not Hawyn laughing. Sorry, that was my bad. That was just me. Did you say that out loud about Thrymbi?
Yes, because he's not here. It's not weak if they're not here to see you say it.
Wow, that's total sense.
Hawyn lets go all of a sudden.
That's right. She knows. She knows Dusty Mac is here.
Dusty Mac.
Well, she is Dusty.
Can I tell an unrelated side story just real quick? Real quick.
Yeah.
When I was in elementary school, we were doing those like tests that all girls do. This like, what's your stripper name? And it was like, take the name of your first pet and the name of the street you grew up on, and that was supposed to be like your stripper name. And my stripper name was Dusty Front, like some old saggy sad stripper.
Oh my god.
And Dusty Mac really brought me back to that place.
You're welcome.
All right, so I take the candle thing, and I'm going and I'm looking for more candles or something.
Where do you look for more candles?
I don't know. I'm going up, I guess. I'm going up.
Giala is going to follow her just so that she's not alone.
Hey, Hawyn.
Hawyn blinks herself back into the moment, looks up. Yes?
Is everything okay? Are you alright?
Hawyn kind of smiles. Time is interesting. You know, and I feel... She kind of blinks. I feel really sleepy here.
What?
Alright, well, before you go to sleep, there were these potions that we found, and it was in the very top of this tower, and there was, when they were touched, you would see a vision of something horrible in everyone but one of them, and then we used that one to retrieve, and I pull out, we each got a crystal. So I pull out that crystal and I show it to Hawyn, but I do not let go of the crystal. I don't really trust her with it.
Hawyn looks at the crystal as if it's a source of water and she's in a desert. And she tries to go, or she reaches out to try to grab it from you. Do you let her?
No, Sariel takes a step back, taking it out of her reach.
Hawyn says, where did you get that?
There was this. Just follow me. I'll show.
Hawyn follows her.
Meanwhile, Thrymbi, he's off in the wild.
He could take care of himself.
Dwarves love the wilderness.
Dwarves do love the wilderness and getting naked.
So
If we get out there and you're naked, I'm gonna be so mad.
So Thrymbi, ignore all those people on the stairwell there. But Thrymbi's outside the Blue Tower. What do you do, Thrymbi?
I look for a patch of dirt anywhere where it's not like stone, where you can dig through. Wait, am I muted?
No.
Nope.
Okay, alright.
And then what do you do?
Wait, sorry, did I find said patch?
Yes.
Alright, I start digging through the patch with my hands. I don't think I have anything to dig with. Yeah, but I'm trying to dig through that earth with my hands.
The dirt feels a little chilly as you do that.
Alright, well I'm trying to get 6 feet deep, so I think you might want to go to the other people. This might take a while.
Is this a wall of stone situation?
Dwarven persistence.
Yeah. Dwarves do love digging though.
It's fair. All right. Meanwhile, on the second floor, Makari and Shiala. There's remains of the tentacle still there on the ground. No searching in this area.
I'm gonna start at the top and then work my way down if I don't find anything on the top floor.
Shiala's just following her. She's keeping her company, just in case.
I see. Okay.
I love how Shiala just left me with Hawyn, who's like obviously not able to do anything but zone out right now.
All right. So we're at the top level here, where the
Oh no, Nita say come back.
the torch is still yellow down that long, thin corridor, and the gel-like goo is still in that stone hole.
Alright, I didn't come down this hallway when we first came up here. So now I'm going down there and I'm doing the whole shebang. The investigation, I'm gonna take this torch off the wall just for funsies. I'm doing everything. I'm touching everything. I'm stomping on everything.
Do an investigation check. as you stomp around and try to disturb various places and things and stones, you notice that as you're creating physical disturbances, at times, for example, when you're stomping really hard, the torch seems to rattle a little bit in its holder.
Did I try to take the torch out of its holder yet?
You did not, but if you take it out of its holder, you now have a lit torch in your hand.
That's an unfortunate situation. Can I take a closer look at the torch holder and see if there's anything on there or around there or under?
You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Do a history check for me. As you're playing around and trying to figure out what's happening with the torch holder, you remember that when you first entered, there were missing torches from that first room that Callum was trying to put back together.
Oh, I thought we didn't find them all. They weren't all in the wall anymore.
I think we lit our own.
Yeah, I think there was. Trying to remember exactly. I believe
Two missing.
somebody had several torches, but yeah, two were missing, and so was it Callum that bought the 10 torches and then used
Oh
the two?
yeah, he had like 1,000,000 torches. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can I use the water skin from my backpack and put this out?
If your water skin is filled, yes.
Will that relight it? I mean, will it relight on top of that after? I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know shit about this. I'm a terrible guide.
I mean, if you douse the torch with water, it will, the fire will go out. And then it will be...
Put it into the little goo pool.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put it out with my water. Hope we don't need water.
I thought you were gonna put it into the goo pool.
I don't want to pick it up and burn my hands and shit. Wait, don't I have fire resistance?
It's a torch. You could carry torches.
I'm very clumsy. It's literally on my character sheet. I'm gonna take it. I'm taking it lit, and I'm holding the water in my other hand in case. It's my insurance policy.
So are you like walking away with it, or you're just holding it to see if something would happen?
Oh no, I'm taking it with me. We're on the move. We're nomads. I'm a guide. I'm gonna guide this thing right downstairs.
Okay, so you're taking the torch, your water skin in one hand, and you're heading down to the ground level.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shiala wants to come over here to this thing real quick, just to check and see if it's still there. The goo.
The goo is still there.
Shala, should I dip the thing in the goo?
Shiala is going to take out one of her own torches and dip it in the goo.
Oh, thank God. I didn't want to do that at all.
Does anything happen?
It's unlit.
Yeah, it's just a unlit torch.
Do you how do you hold the torch?
Just holding it at the end of it. Just reaching down and dipping the part you would normally light into it.
So as Shiala is taking the torch and putting it in the goo, there's a this is gonna sound terrible. I apologize in advance, but there's a little bit of resistance before it goes in. Just like that. And then What do you do when it's in there?
I just sort of, swish it around and pull it out. See if I have anything, if it's on the torch or not.
So you put the torch in. It kind of goes in a little bit. As you swirl it around and pull it back out, you feel that there's a little bit of resistance as you try to pull it out. But then eventually it lets go, and there's a little bit of the blue-pink goo now on the torch, and it sort of actually adheres very nicely to the torch. It doesn't seem like gravity is pulling it down. It's not dripping or anything.
All right. Can I do any sort of check to see what this goop is?
No, we did that.
I don't think we ever checked to see exactly what it is.
You can do an investigation in Arcana. And as all this is happening, give me 1 second. By this point, Sariel and Hawyn have arrived on the top level.
Woohoo! I sprint all the way to the thing. Well, I'm starting
Which
to
thing?
sprint all the way
Oh.
to the potion thing, right? But then I see that Shiala's messing with this thing, and then I'm like, hey, what are you doing? What's
I'm getting
happening?
goop.
You're getting goop?
She shows her the torch with the goop on it.
No affiliation to Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Hey,
jeez.
Hawyn.
I forgot that was the thing.
Hawyn.
Hawyn follows behind you and just looks up at you when you say her name.
I believe there was another crystal in here that we weren't able to get. Can you reach in and get it?
Hawyn looks at the pool of goo and is fascinated by it. What is this? She asks.
It's a long story, but you want one of these crystals, yes?
What crystals? Your crystals? This is where they came from.
Yes.
Yes.
Hawyn dives over and puts both her hands in and tries to feel around. And she kind of looks a little frantic. She pulls her hands out. They kind of have a little bit of the blue-pink goo on her. And she's like, where? How many were there? Did you take them all?
There was one more than our number, and when we tried to take the extra, there was a voice that said that we could only take one.
Hawyn starts searching again, frantically, inside. It looks like she's about to fall right into it if she's not careful. There's nothing here! There's nothing here! She starts to sound a little frenzied.
Wait, really? I check. Do I see the crystal in there? Can I feel it?
Do you check, like, with your hands the way she is, or do you just look?
I look first.
You can tell that there is something that resembles a crystal shape right in the center, and you can see it, but for some reason it looks like maybe Hawyn can't.
Alright, I reach in to try to get the crystal for Hawyn.
As you reach toward the crystal, you hear Cameo's voice, "Only one," and
Right, shit.
it pushes you away.
Shiala.
Shiala is sniffing the goop on her torch.
I do not want to hand my only crystal to Hawyn, so I trust Shiala more, and I'm gonna ask that she hold on to my crystal so that I can go and get the other one.
Shiala agrees to this.
Okay. I try to hand my crystal to Shiala.
First off, Shiala, what is Shiala's favorite smell in the world?
That's a good question. Let's go with apple pie.
The goo smells like the most delicious apple pie ever. It almost makes you want to eat it.
She eats it. she licks it at least. Oh god, that's a horrible. She's eating.
Does it taste like apple pie?
She's licking the goop off of the end of the torch.
As she does that, it tastes a little bit like what you think maybe glass or snow would taste like. Does not taste like apple pie.
Yellow snow?
Regular snow. Regular snow.
Shiala takes the crystal. She just kind of shrugs and takes the crystal. She was just trying to see if she could figure out what this stuff was. So we can just say that that's what her investigation role was her sniffing and trying to taste it.
As you take the you're taking Sariel's crystal?
Yes.
As you take the crystal from her, you start to get a little bit of a heat from it, and every second that you hold it, it just gets hotter and hotter to the point where it almost feels like it's burning your hand.
Shiala tries to stick it to her torch using the goop, which is apparently very good at adhering to things.
Okay, goop all over my crystal?
It came out of the goop.
I was gonna say.
Clean? I don't have prestidigitation.
Jeez. Just wipe it on your pants, Fancy Nancy. Jeez.
But then I'll have goo on my pants.
Yup.
I don't want goo on my pants. People would get the wrong idea.
Is Makaria? Are you? You're not with them, right? Are you?
Oh no, I took that
Hustling
torch
down.
and I got out of there.
I'm talking to myself.
Shiala, you take the crystal, put it in the torch.
Sort of on the torch.
Um,
Sticking it like Velcro. Boom.
so you're trying to basically, or you feel that the goo has glue-like properties. Is that what I'm trying to
I'm
understand?
checking to see if it does.
Okay. So you try to, I guess, adhere the crystal onto the torch, but it falls right off.
Don't drop my crystal.
So she's just gonna try and balance it on the top of the torch then.
Alright, I'm gonna quickly reach in and try to get this other crystal for Hawyn.
While Shiala messes around.
So I can get my damn crystal back.
As you try to reach for the crystal inside the goo, you're again forcefully met with Cameo's voice, and the crystal itself seems to push you away again more forcefully.
I don't understand. Hawyn, there's a crystal in there, but I can't get it. Do I know it's Cameo?
Actually, you probably don't.
I was gonna
Okay,
say, I don't think
but-
Thrymbi ever mentioned it.
Right.
The mysterious voice told me
Mysterious.
that I can't do it, so I can't do it. And a force pushed me away.
Can we guide her hand to it, perhaps?
Ooh,
Shiala
that's a good idea.
hands Sariel her crystal back.
Yeah, I put my crystal away. I try to get the goo off of it. I'll, like, scrape it on the ground and stuff.
Okay, so Shiala's gonna go over to Hawyn and try to guide her hand to the crystal. If Hawyn allows her. She's going to explain what she's doing first, of course.
Hawyn agrees to reach to be helped to reach towards the crystal, but as both of your hands get closer to it, hers seem to pass right through it, whereas yours gets pushed away, and you hear that same voice of only one. And Hawyn becomes really frantic, backs away from both of you, and says, okay, is this some kind of joke? I think... And in a fit, on a whim, Hawyn just enters the goo with her whole body and seems to fall down the hole into the goo.
Thank
Uh-oh.
God.
Oh, wait! Whoa! She's like gone? Fuck! I needed to ask her about the potions!
Shiala jumps after her.
Oh no!
Shiala, as you try to get closer to the crystal that is in the center, it pushes you away even more forcefully.
Okay.
We killed Hawyn!
Well then.
We didn't kill her. That bitch jumped.
Shiala is just kind of just in awe and shock at the fact that Hawyn has just disappeared into this goop.
Thrymbi's gone for like 5 minutes. Look at all this destruction.
You're our moral compass.
Yeah. Damn straight.
Shiala Shiala pulls out her rope and starts trying to feed it down into the goop.
The rope goes in, and we will take a break
Okay.
and come back after these messages.
Hopefully Hawyn won't come back.
All right, stay tuned, y'all. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out. For those of you that are joining us in chat, I am glad that you are enjoying yourselves. Yes, shout out to Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't actually know what goop is, to be fair, but it's but I know it has something to do with her. Okay, so let's bring everything in here. All right, so we last left off. Hawyn disappeared into the goo. She's got a time crystal on her, so anything could happen. She said she was feeling kind of sleepy. She's been out of it this whole time, so who knows what's going on. And Makaria has absconded with the lit torch and is heading back downstairs. Sariel, Shiala, is there anything else that you would like to do up here at this point?
No.
So-
I've got my goo torch. Actually, I'm gonna try and light my goo torch and see if it changes anything about it.
Do you have anything to light it with?
I have a tinder box.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna use a firebolt if you needed it.
But it's your last spell slot.
No, it's a cantrip.
Yeah, cantrip for the wins.
I have 6 cantrips. Woo!
Well, I don't want you to obliterate my torch.
Oh, I would, I would, like, ready the firebolt in my hand and then just touch the torch to it and then dismiss it. I can be smart.
No, I'll just use the tinderbox.
Fine. Don't get my help.
Does it light normally?
You attempt to light it, but with the goop on top, it seems to be hindering the fire sparking process.
Not flammable. Good to know. If somebody goes on fire, jump in the goop.
Alright, so, Shiala,
Yes?
I think you should go tell everyone that Hawyn just disappeared into this basin of goo, and
You're gonna
I'll
try
wait
and grab
here.
a potion, aren't you?
No, not at all. But for real, like, I'll wait here and see if Hawyn comes back. Just in case she comes back.
All right. It's on you.
Hey.
Shala goes to go do that.
All right, we're gonna switch
And then-
focus real quick on Thrymbi. Just as a quick question, Thrymbi, you're about halfway through your 6 feet of digging. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, Thrymbi's crying and digging, and then he's like, wait a minute, I need some kind of stone to make a memorial, and then he's thinking like where he could get stone locally around here. Where might he get stone?
Like a nice stone for a burial. You're looking for just some stone, literally from the surrounding physical space that you're in right now.
A combination of both. Stone literally from the surrounding space in order to make a headstone.
Okay, you Thrymbi notices that there's a little bit of moonlight shining on some really nice rocks that catch your eye as you're looking and you're thinking about this. So you can kind of see them. They're just they seem to kind of curve around a little further, probably a few feet from where you are. Looks like they're kind of curving around the other side of the little hill that you're on.
All right, so Thrymbi leaves the digging for a while, and he's like, "Let me go get that rock. Let me go." And then he goes to try to. He looks for like the biggest rock, and he tries to like dig it out of the ground and like push it all the way to the hole. And I assume that would take like a mind-bogglingly long time.
Okay. And we're back to Sariel. So Shiala has just left you.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna immediately go over here and open.
We will have our first player death.
Can you do a strength check, please? And an arcana check.
Fuck. I mean, they're gonna be gone for a minute. Can I try again? Can I just...
So, Sariel, you try to open the container again, and as you find that the top is actually much lighter than you thought it was. You're wondering actually why it took so many people to move it, and you manage to open it, and when you look inside, there is nothing.
What? Fuck! No! Sariel actually says
Can
that.
Shiala hear her shouting down the hall?
How soon after Shiala left, Sariel, did you go towards the container?
Oh, I waited like a full minute.
No, never
Oh,
mind.
so no, you wouldn't hear her.
Shiala's probably already met him by now.
Alright, I close the thing back up, and then I go and stand into the same exact spot. Like, I did nothing.
That's fair. Meanwhile, on the ground level, Makaria has arrived with the torch from up top. You wanted to go to the ground level, is that correct, Makaria?
Yeah, there were no torches on the middle level, right? I don't think there were.
No torches.
I don't know. I don't remember which one of these he touched.
I believe it was this one here and this one here.
Makaria could do a history check.
Oh, I could do
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry.
Shelly, you're not there yet.
I also think that when he was doing it, I straight up left. So
I just wanted to show off that I remember.
Makaria, you remember that it was one of these two torches down here, and one of them, and possibly one of the ones on these walls.
I wonder which two they could be.
and they don't look the new torches don't look any different than the ones that were already here previously.
The new torches look a little less used.
All right, I'm gonna look for the one in the room that looks the least used.
It appears to be this one right here, and this one right here.
All right, I'm gonna pick the one above the funny colored stone.
And what are you doing with it?
I'm taking out the old torch and I'm gonna put in the new torch. I'm gonna put in the new torch.
When you pick up the torch from the holder, you hear a little click.
I don't put in the new one. Maybe. I don't know, I'm very confused. I don't put in, now I'm just carrying two torches.
Dual wielding torches.
I hear the click and I get completely sidetracked and I'm carrying both torches and I just start to run down the passage towards the cell. I'm a real pack rat.
So you have, hold on, you have a water
Oh, wait,
skin
I
in your
left
hand.
one. I left one.
But you have a water skin in your hand. You had a water skin in your hand. What do you do with the water skin?
Oh, well, I had to put that away before I touched the other torch.
Okay.
You spontaneously catch fire.
I left this torch. Oh, wait, did I pick it up?
I think you may have picked it, yeah.
I got it. It's gone. It's behind my body, but it's there.
There's a lot of things happening there. So, and you're just heading downstairs to see if the gate is opened?
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing, dude. I'm just praying that something happens.
Alright, give me 1 second. Roll 20, you can... I can douse your torch. No, I don't know. I can't even think of a good thing. Okay.
Are you trying to be mean to roll 20 and failed?
Yes.
Crit fail.
You're too nice.
Fail, no. Not crit failing. So sad. Oh my god. There we go, I think.
I like the sound effects.
There we go. Do. Bam. As far as you can tell.
I keep leaving one torch. Oh, I can't pick it up, that's why.
You should be able to. Is it?
Oh, now I can. That's special.
It's a special place. Like how Makaria has so many icons.
I look like I'm a cheerleader holding pom-poms. Go team!
You're not my mom.
You're not my mom!
We're breaking Tatiana.
So you're on the on the underground, probably. Looking at the gate, you notice that everything is as you left it.
I get really mad and I throw the torch that I just picked up at the wooden box, the wooden chest inside. Will it fit through the bars?
Yes, and it lands kind of next to it, and it looks like the wood's about to catch fire.
I realize now that that was a mistake, but at the time, I was emotionally charged. How does this work? Ugh. Hold on, I need to think. Pan upstairs, what's happening?
You're going back upstairs?
No, I'm staying here.
I'm going to use your same history check as before, and have Makaria remember that there were 2 torches that were missing when you first walked in.
Yeah, but there were no other torches anywhere in the castle. Oh wait, you said there was a secret passage, right? Fuck. To find a secret passage now? Oh god, this thing's gonna be on fire. Okay. Alright. Alright, we thoroughly checked everywhere down here, right? That's a thing that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm gonna go back upstairs. I feel like we didn't check the second floor very well. The one with the big ol', you know, the fat guy.
The tentacle.
Yeah, right? I feel like that's the floor that we did the least amount of investigative work on.
I think we were basically just flat out told to save us time that there was nothing there.
Fuck. Guys. Ugh.
I could be wrong about that.
Alright, do you want to play like hot cold, and when I get warm, you say I'm warm?
Yeah, okay.
Wait, really? That doesn't seem like you. Let's see.
Well, you'll
Wait,
be
I
warmer
feel
near
like-
the torches.
Okay. Okay, but we push this thing out of the way, so that's not gonna close if I take out the other torch, right? Okay, I'm taking out the other torch. Hold on, let me go get my pom-pom. Boom, I took it.
Boom shakalaka.
Now I'm running back downstairs.
Oh, and run she did.
Ain't nobody got time for this shit.
Please
I
hold.
need a friend.
Ah, crap. Sorry. Trying to. Okay. So as you come back down, the chest is now definitely on fire on one side,
Lol.
but the gate is down.
Oh, sorry, I left a torch on the stairs. It's fine. Alright, I
Why?
throw
Wanna come
the...
down?
Hold on, I have to get the other torch. Hold
There
on.
you go. There you go. Here, I got you.
Thank you. Oh, wait, it's too close to me. Hold on.
And then,
Oh, why am I one entity? Okay, hold on. Alright, ready? I'm gonna throw the torches down in a fit of joy and try to pick up the skull. There is now a forest fire in this cell, so please let me out. Please don't keep me in here.
The bars
I'm only
crashed shut.
somewhat resistant to fire. I can't just, I can still control it.
you can add a skull to your backpack and leave this burning inferno of a chest behind.
Thank God.
Um,
All right, I just run out of the building,
out of the
yelling
building.
fire.
Dusty Mac was certainly there.
I like to leave my mark everywhere I go.
Dusty Mac is not invited back if the Blue Tower has anything to say about
When I get to the first floor, I just yell up the stairs like, "There's a fire!" and then I just leave the front door.
God. And you head out of the Blue Tower.
Yes, and I go in search of Thrymbowski.
Big Thrymbowski.
The short Thrymbowski.
Yeah, the short Thrymbowski. There we go.
And Shiala, you were heading downstairs, correct?
Yes. With all of my fancy monk speed.
And where were you headed to specifically?
To find all of the others and let them know that Hawyn has been, like, abducted by the goop.
Abducted by the goop.
So if she didn't see anybody downstairs, she would have gone back. She would have gone outside because she knows Thrymbi went out there.
Okay, yes. There is, as far as you can tell, nobody downstairs, but
Smoke coming up from downstairs.
but if you were to go to the quote underground unquote, you would definitely smell smoke.
Yeah, she just runs straight for here. I guess she would check down there just to see if anybody figured it out. I'm okay. That's weird. My layer is a little weird.
You're like under the passage.
Oh, see, should be trying to move you. Wait, it's like moving this thing. God dang it! Try it. Should.
No, you have to right click on it and you have to like bring it to top or something.
You know, I just can't grab. Oh, there we go. That is what I. Anyways, roll 20 is a piece of something. But you go underground. Underground.
And I smell smoke.
I yelled fire.
I don't know that Shiala would have heard that.
You
by that
definitely
time.
smell smoke.
Alright, she's just gonna go check and see what the heck's going on. Is it thick enough that she's going to have difficulty breathing at any point?
Not yet. The ceilings are fairly high for now, but
Okay.
it's definitely a fire happening.
I'm guessing she just notices that the skull is also gone, and that the chests are on fire with torches next to them.
Yes, there are just the chains are left, and then the burning chest.
And she's gonna run past, go back this way, just to make sure she doesn't.
I love how no one's trying to put out the fire. It's fine.
It's a
fine.
stone place.
It'll be
Place is
fine.
made of
Totally had
stone, I
water
think
in
it's
my
gonna be
backpack.
Just gonna check in here. She's gonna look at the dust angels and be like, "God damn it!"
You're just
And then
jealous
she's
you
going
didn't
to
think of
leave.
it first.
And then she's going to run back upstairs.
All right.
All this running around.
And you are also heading outside?
Yes. Because she didn't see anybody on her way down, so.
Sariel, you are the only one left in the tower?
Everybody just left instead of coming up to where Hawyn disappeared from?
None of them know that Hawyn disappeared yet.
True.
As far as I know, y'all are still together.
I mean, is the tower gonna catch fire? I don't know about any of this, so I'm just like waiting for Shiala to come back with them.
Okay. So, back to Thrymbi.
Did Makaria really not take the skull to Thrymbi?
She took the skull and ran
Literally
outside the
doing it
tower.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that part, so I was asking.
Oh, yeah, yes, sorry. Thrymbi, as your enormous time has passed and you have created this very nice grave and memorial for the bones you have found, some hours have now passed.
Yeah.
But you have finished your work. What do you do?
Can I actually roll to see how good it was?
How good it was?
Yeah.
Uh,
The memorial.
like how the actual handiwork of the grave and the stone and all that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can roll
I don't like this image that I'm seeing here.
a strength, dexterity, and intelligence, please.
Can I take a? I'm gonna take a disadvantage on that intelligence. Just for being thinking straight. Okay. So, is it? Can I be like I'm trying to carve this thing, but I don't have like a carving tool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I take the most destructive implement that I have, which is a warhammer. Is that it? Yeah, I think the most destructive thing I have is a warhammer. So I hit this thing multiple times, and I just split that boulder in half, right? And I'm like, well, I guess that's gonna have to be it. And I just put the half of the boulder next to my 3-foot pit. And I'm like so tired now that I take the bones from my backpack and I dump them into the pit. And I'm like sitting there when Makaria comes. Is that cool?
Yes, and if one were to look upon that in the daytime, it would look probably, I'm imagining, a little bit something like this, because where you started digging, there was actually a little bit of water that started spreading out from the ground. So, roll 20, I swear to God, you're gonna kill me. It probably looks a little bit like that, roughly.
Oh shoot! I clicked it and it went away. I accidentally clicked and it went away.
More or less. More or less.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
Roughly.
I see this water come fill up the pit, and I'm like, jeez, what do I do? Whatever, I'll just put the bones in anyways. That's what I do.
So as you're waiting there by your grave, Makaria heads out, and as soon as you're about to step through the threshold, Makaria, you actually start to hear voices from outside, and when you peer out, you can see a variety of creatures out there, people, including what looks like to be a masked woman, a masked man, a half-orc. Looks like he's some sort of a fighter or warrior. He looks really angry as he looks around. Some sort of a humanoid creature with a bunch of rats all over it. Him? Her? Question mark? And a halfling that seems to be riding a dog that's got a whole harness and everything, like as if it were a horse for her. And they are talking with each other, but the shimmering of the entrance makes it a little hard to actually catch words and phrases. What do you do?
I don't don't know, I'm like really preoccupied with wanting to bring this skull to Thrymbi, but I also don't want to die on the way, so...
It's usually a good thing to think about.
Have they acknowledged that I'm like coming out?
No, in fact, it looks like they are making their way down the stairs. The masked woman appears to be like a posted watch or something. She's just sort of looking around the area, but nobody is looking back towards the tower.
Are there any like rocks or stones or anything near me?
Inside the tower, no. Nothing that's loose that you can see.
I super want to talk to the halfling with the dog. I like dogs.
This is her riding the horse. I mean, the horse dog.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna wait, I guess, until they get a little further away. But like now, I'm worried about Thrymbi because he's out here alone. But I don't see them with him, right?
Not at first glance, no.
All right, so I'm gonna just sort of like hesitate in the door and like kind of wait.
You start to hear their voices. Two of the men appear to be arguing very loudly for a bit, and you can tell that the halfling with the dog starts to walk away, and the rat creature following her a little bit. So you get the sense that it's the two men that are at the bottom of the stairs that are arguing.
And everyone is sort of like walking away, like not near the doorway anymore.
Correct.
Can I come like halfway through the threshold and see if I can hear what they're arguing about?
Yes. You can fully step out through the door to hear them. It kind of hurts to be right half in, half out, but there is this kind of stone that's something that you can hide behind.
Yes, I hide while cradling the skull to my chest.
So as you come out, you hear the orc angrily say to the other man, "If you had just listened to me, we'd already have found them by now." And then the woman in the mask kind of hops over the stairwell here and tries to get in between them. Okay, we don't have time for this. Let's just go back. We'll start at the beginning, and we'll see where it leads then. The orc kind of harumphs and stalks away towards the other people. And they walk out. The masked woman looks like she's giving the other guy a look, at least from her body posture. And he just gives her a shrug and walks away.
Oh, not that kind of look then.
I mean, she's masked, so it's it's hard to tell what actual look she gave him, but you can tell something was exchanged non-verbally between them, if one were to look. And the woman just stands at the bottom of the stairwell for a little bit, and then she's about to walk away, and she suddenly turns and looks your way, Makaria.
Dun, dun, dun.
Am I still hidden behind the stone?
Yes. I imagine that when you saw her sort of turn,
you may have ducked in time, unless you
Yes,
wanted
I'm
to let her see you.
Crouched and just as still as possible, trying to make no noise behind this.
The woman starts walking up the stairs a little bit when the half-orc yells out, "Tempress, let's go!" She pauses for a second. And you can hear her walk away.
Okay, when she seems like a safe distance away, I'll start to kind of creep down the stairs, or maybe I'll go on the side where the hill is so that it doesn't make as much noise. Yeah, I think maybe I'll do that. No, wait. Stairs. I'll try to creep down the stairs with my body tucked as close to the side of the stairs as possible.
Is this giving Shiala enough time to come running out the door?
Not yet. If you all remember, time seems to move a little much faster outside than it does inside, according to Hawyn's when she kind of said, well, you guys just went in and then the barrier just went down. Makaria, as you're coming down the stairs, what do you do?
I'm kind of trying to scan for where Thrymbi would have gone. But if I don't see anything by the time I get down to the bottom, I'll start to look in the opposite direction from where that group just went, and I'm just trying to search the grounds for Thrymbi, and I'm kind of whispering Thrymbi, I have the head, Thrymbi, I have the head.
Can I have you do a survival check for me, please?
Oh boy.
Oh, sorry. My chat didn't tell me it happened. You're able to pick up on where Thrymbi went, thanks to your excellent tracking skills.
I'm a guide.
Hashtag I'm a guide. And as you follow the trail, it does lead from to the opposite direction of where the mysterious people went. And as you get closer, you can see the gravesite that he has created. And I'm sorry, what did you say that you were saying to him?
Well, I was just kind of being Thrymbi, I have the head. But once I saw him, I didn't really need to say that anymore because I found him. I was just trying to get him to be I'm over here. But once I saw him, once I saw the gravesite, I probably would have stopped speaking.
And do you have the skull in the backpack, or
no? I have it in my hands, held against my chest.
And Thrymbi, once you're once you finish depositing the bones and everything like that, what did you are you leaning up against the stone? Are you a little bit further away from the site?
I'm just kind of tired and discouraged, so I'm just sitting there by the I guess, a hole full of water and bones now.
Okay, so I go over. Oh wait,
Okay, so we're gonna pretend this is still nighttime, despite this image. And Makaria, you see him as he described when you approach him.
okay. I can't move my thingy, so you just want me to like talk to it, right?
1 second. Roll 20, why? Do you hate me? Does that work now?
No.
Are you kidding me? What the fuck?
Oof.
Theater of mind time.
1 second, sorry. Da-da-da. I don't know why it works sometimes and why it doesn't work some other times, but I'm resetting it now. So it should be able to work now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
20. Okay, sorry.
All right. So I kind of like slowly walk over to him, see like what's going on, and get up next to him and just kind of like drop to my knees in the grass, or ground beside him. And like I didn't realize like how wet it was, so it kind of like squelches and shoots a little bit of water at him. But I ignore that fact and I just kind of hold the skull out to him and say like, I got it. Here.
Thrymbi doesn't seem to notice the water squelch at him either. And he's like, you might as well throw it in the pool.
Makaria looks really confused, but like sort of gently drops it into the water, and because it doesn't like go down right away, she just kind of like takes one finger and just slowly pushes it down and holds her hand there for a minute and looks at Thrymbi like, is this right?
Thrymbi is like, you know, I thought things might be different, but I guess you never really change a person, not all the way. You know, I used to be normal before I heard a calling from Kamua. I used to be different. I used to be like a whole different person. But some things stay the same.
My hand is still in the water, holding the skull down. But I look at Thrymbi. Tatiana, stop laughing. I can't.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm holding it there, and I look at Thrymbi, and I say, I don't know what you were like before this, but I'm kind of okay with who you are now. And I'm just like holding the skull there, and I'm like, do we fill this hole in?
I don't know. I'm not sure it's supposed to have water in it. You know, I used to come from a place by the water, Vera in Sokarn. Have you ever been up there?
No, I don't. I only really traveled with my father, but after he left, I didn't go anywhere anymore.
Well, it's a big coastal city, really wealthy place. We were like the home of merchants and shipbuilders, and I'm the son of a shipbuilder, really big one.
That's cool. Why did you leave then?
When you hear a calling from a goddess, your life is over. You know? I know you're not religious, you've never been called before, but that's how it is.
Makaria kind of like gasps, like, and like she like lets go of the skull, and when she does, it like floats back up to the top of the water. But she reaches into her bag and pulls out the bucket she bought from that weird guy that was hitting on Sariel, and was like, we could get the water out of here.
Nah, I'm sure there's a spring down there or something. It'll just get the water will just come out. More water will just come out. Thrymbi sighs deeply. He says, Maybe I'm just not cut out to be a holy person. Do you have anything to chisel with?
Let me look. Hold on.
And can you chisel? Do you know anyone?
I have a small network of people. I don't know that a chiseler is one of them.
I used to have a network. Not anymore. Not anymore.
My network is you, Sariel, and Shiala, and Callum. That's it.
That's sweet of you. What would you do if I died?
I would not bury you in a puddle, as I've learned that's not how it's supposed to be.
Wait, sorry, give me 1 second. I want to roll something real quick. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that seems stupid of me. Ah, usually you want water everywhere. Usually that's a good thing, but now, just a big old fuck up. You know, I guess that you're right. My network is you all now, but I used to have a different network, and I think I never should have left it. You know, it was a good network. I had friends who cared about me. I had a family who gave me like a free ride into success. I had a great hometown. You could walk the beaches forever, and it was the smell of the salt air, and you can smell that mixed in with the merchants from afar who brought all sorts of spices to sell in the market. And there's the street food. You hear the clowns and the performers at the piers, the buskers. Those were the times. And I left all that. And now look what's happened. My best friend from that life is in this fucking pool here.
I never had a home like that, but it sounds really amazing.
Well, maybe we can go find someone to chisel or something. This grave is supposed to be Maywin Lanfalar's. So someone who can chisel a pretty long name. So Thrymbi gets up and he dusts himself off. And he starts to leave. But I'm gonna roll something real quick. But then he starts crying and sits down again.
I put the bucket back in my bag. And I take out, I have like an animal skin thing, like a trophy from an animal that I had. So I'm just gonna take that animal pelt and I'm just gonna like lay it over the top so that he doesn't see the water anymore. And just kind of like sit there with him, not talking.
I think Thrymbi's gonna have himself a good long cry if you want to go to the other members of the party.
Oh, poor Thrymbi. How does Thrymbi know so surely that this is an old friend of his?
He saw the amulet and just jumped straight to the conclusion that that must be Maywin, who was in the cell, who like starved to death in there or something. Just jumped straight to that conclusion.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. After some time, Shiala emerges from the Blue Tower as well.
Right? She runs out yelling their names, looking around for them.
It's Thrymbi and Makaria are are far away enough that they might be able to hear that somebody is yelling, but not necessarily the words that they're yelling. But Thrymbi and Makari, you do hear a woman's voice being carried by the wind.
She's gonna try and see if she can find some path or track or other clue of where they have gone.
Can you do a survival check for me, please?
Sure. That's not horrible.
Shiala, you determine that there's actually several tracks through the grass and any areas that aren't they don't really have like stone on them. You can gather that actually there's a few people that have passed by here while you've been inside, and you see you can kind of tell that there's two sets of tracks, but it appears that most of them lead to the left, but only two lead to the right.
Do any of the tracks look like big dwarf feet?
There's a set of large tracks in both directions.
She's gonna go with the ones that are only two, because she's only looking for two people. Things to worry about later, basically.
So eventually you reach Makari and Thrymbi, and you see them
Having a moment.
having a moment from afar. Have you been calling to them this whole time, or?
Probably. It's like, Makaria, Thrymbi, Hawyn disappeared. She went into the goop at the top of the tower. As she gets closer, she would say that. Yeah.
Thrymbi is too crying to respond or even to notice, maybe.
Makaria looks at Shiala and then kind of like looks at Thrymbi, and then looks at Shiala, and then looks at Thrymbi, and then kind of throws her hands up in the air like, and then goes, where's Sariel?
She's still up there.
Didn't you guys hear me yell fire?
It's a stone tower.
We have to go back and get her.
All right, but Hawyn jumped into the goop and disappeared.
I don't care. She's not part of my network.
That was our quest. That was the reason we were out here.
Makaria stands up and like looks at Thrymbi, realizes he is not moving right now, and just kind of says like, be on the lookout, there's another group out here, and then heads back towards the entrance of the tower.
Shiala goes to just looks at what I guess she sees the bones in a puddle, or not puddle, but a small pool of water, and just kind of is a little confused, but doesn't want to bother Thrymbi since he is very clearly in distress. But she also doesn't really know what to do, and she just kind of puts her hand on his shoulder again like she did before.
There is an animal pelt covering them, FYI.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so she sees that, and she's still confused, and just, again, puts a hand on his shoulder in an attempt to console him, but she is not very good at doing that. And then she goes to try and... she says to Thrymbi, we're going to go get Sariel and just come back to the tower and be careful. And then she goes and follows Makaria.
All right. As Shell is leaving, Thrymbi's like, kind of recovered himself, and he's like, "Wait, I'll come with you. Let's get the hell out of here."
Shiala
And
slows
he
down
follows.
so he can catch up.
Yep.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Sariel is at the top level of the Blue Tower, still waiting for her friends. How long do
Yep,
you
and-
wait, Sariel?
I stand in the exact same spot until they come back. And act like nothing happened.
I feel like that's hours.
No, it's not ours.
By this point, Sariel, it's been it's been a few hours by the time they return.
No way, really?
And you've regained half of your whatever you would have gotten if you had a long rest.
Woo!
So half a spell slots.
I was looking out for you. That's what I was trying to imply.
Half whatever else might. Try to remember. Is it sorcery points? I think. Just half. Half of all. Divide by 2.
Updating that really quick. I guess I'm like sitting on the floor then. But still in the same spot. Like I just sit down and was waiting. And I was playing with a firebolt.
Are you setting stuff on fire too?
No, I'm just playing with it.
Throw firebolts into the goop.
Okay. Grab everybody. Coming back to the creepy sounding place. La 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 la.
Is there smoke in the upper levels now, or is it still contained down below?
The
I mean, there's not there.
if you were
Keeps
to
it burnt.
if you were to check underground, essentially the fire has consumed the chest and has burnt itself out by the time you return.
All right. That's kind of what Shiala figured would happen, so... It's like, okay, so Hawyn jumped in to the goop. She was unable to... You see the... Everybody sees the crystal there, right? She's asking.
Yes, everyone does.
Yeah, I see a thing.
Makaria looks at her like, yeah, we already knew this. We saw it before.
Well, she couldn't see it, and when I tried to guide her hand to it, her hand went through it, and then she jumped in and disappeared. And I tried jumping in, and I got pushed out.
Why would you try to jump in?
But I'm just gonna let her drown in there? I didn't know what happened to her.
Well, maybe you can't for some reason. And then Thrymbi jumps in himself.
Makaria is clearly annoyed.
I'm really curious how far into the goo they get before they're pushed out. Like, is Shiala
So
could
yeah.
Why is my brain broken?
I get what you're asking. So basically, it's like they get in maybe about an inch to 2 inches in before the goo just sort of pushes them back out and repels them out.
Alright, so they're covered in goo. Dope. At least at some level, they have goo on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of goo. A little bit of goo.
Thrymbi's been goops before. When he gets pushed out, Thrymbi's like, so it doesn't end here yet. Oh.
So... I guess we should go back to Paasha.
Yeah, let's put her in here and see if she disappears.
No.
She's not my mom.
So, are we going back to find Paasha and tell her what's happened?
All right.
Does anybody have any better ideas? I'm just given the only idea I've got.
Didn't you say that she said something about another tower? Maybe there's another pit like this in other towers?
Well, yeah, but we don't know where that is. Probably a good idea to start with Paasha and let her know what's been going on.
Well, we can't stay here forever. Even if I
I
want
agree.
to stay here forever and watch over this grave, but we got stuff to do.
Alright, so let's head back, talk to Paasha, see what she has to say. Maybe she knows what this tower is. Or where it is.
Okay.
I guess Shiala starts to lead the way.
Is everybody in agreement?
Yeah. Thrymbi follows Shiala.
Just
Macaria
realized,
follows Thrymbi.
I think I'm encumbered. Like, really, really encumbered.
Yeah, you guys pick up a lot of stuff.
Hempen rope weighs 10 pounds? No way.
Yeah.
Didn't I use that?
You try to get
right,
her
we
out.
can-
Yeah.
we tried using a hempen rope, but I guess nothing came of that then.
Well,
Rope
we
went in.
borrowed, when we tied up the elves in the herb shop, we borrowed
Oh.
that from the store.
I meant
But-
because Shiala tried feeding it into the goop. I'm guessing just nothing happened, so she pulled it back out. Now she has a goop covered rope.
True that.
So now it's even heavier.
Or it could be lighter for all you know.
The goop doesn't add or subtract weight from anything.
She's
But yeah, basically, Sariel can carry all that stuff. Her speed just drops by 10 feet if she's
Alright,
carrying
I'm
more
gonna
than
drop-
80 pounds. That's all.
Wait,
That's all.
more than 80 pounds?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
because
I'm
you're.
at 77.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not encumbered. Well, it's just because I thought it was 15 times your strength. But my strength is -1, so I didn't know. Oh, wait,
your
I mean, my
8.
strength is 8. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Just kidding.
So we're doing encumbered, the encumbrance and related in your journals. We're doing a little bit of a variant where the encumbered is, strength score times 10, so that's 80 pounds. And then heavily encumbered is when it's a little bad, and then you can't move if you're carrying something when it's 18 times your strength. Okay, you can't carry it. But yeah, if you're under
Alright,
8,
well,
you
I'm
should
still
be fine.
gonna drop all my torches because I don't fucking need them. So if anybody wants them, here's 10 torches. And I just dump them on the ground.
I already have 10.
Rip torches.
Sorry, torches. I make my own fire.
Boom! Mic drop. Well, torch drop.
Torch drop.
Alright, so I guess we are heading back to Paasha.
And where are you looking for Paasha? Are you going back to the inn? Are you going back to the blue crystals?
Well, actually, I guess we would stop at the inn since it's on the way, because I want to check on Boggin. The dwarf.
I feel like it's dangerous to leave this crystal here for anyone to just take it.
Nobody else would be able to see it, apparently.
We're not able to dump this thing over, right? The basin
It's a
that it's
hole in. I thought it was a
Right.
hole in the ground.
Is
I have
is
a
it in the
bucket.
ground?
just fill the bucket.
I'll carry this goo all over the building.
I wanted to see if I had any empty containers, and I don't. I was gonna fill them.
But I also, since this turned into some kind of a portal for Hawyn, I don't really know the danger of, like, getting rid of it. Like, would we trap her somewhere?
don't know. Shiala votes not to do anything.
Status quo maintained.
She just doesn't like to do things if she doesn't know what it's going to do.
Alright, I'm at a loss. I'm just gonna follow everybody else, I guess. Or Hawyn. I don't know what to do. Callum's gone. Howyn's gone now.
Maywin's gone.
Maywin.
Gone forever.
So Sariel doesn't know about this Maywin character, right?
Yeah, nah.
Who's Maywin?
It's alright. Let's get out of here.
He...
Dwarves also love repression.
Until he just comes out bubbling at the surface. I love it. Okay, so you're all heading back to Ballant to the inn to try to find Paasha, is that correct? And you're leaving things as they are?
Yes.
I'm going to drop the Thoughtful Thug's poem into the goo.
Why?
Because maybe Howyn wants some reading material. Also, maybe if it pops out somewhere else, I can be like, oh, there's the poem. This is where it ended up. Nailed it.
Hey! Like a message
Also,
in a
I
bottle.
don't want it anymore.
Wait, does anybody have a bottle?
Oh, I don't want it anymore.
I have a bucket.
Hold on. I don't have like a flask or any. I thought I got flasks or something at some point. I don't. Nobody has any flasks?
I have a pouch.
I have a water skin.
I'm through.
Oh, I drank a potion of healing, so I have the thing that held the potion.
Oh, I also have this tinder box. I'm gonna drop this tinder box. I don't want this thing.
Drop it in the goo.
Oh,
Done.
I guess you don't really need it.
Done.
It's for lighting fires.
I mean, when you can do fire as a cantrip,
Yeah.
you know.
But what if we go into an anti-magic area and we need a fire?
I mean...
Don't we all have tinder boxes?
Sure.
Do you swipe them left or right?
I was
should drop
waiting for
this-
that joke.
Hunting trap into the goo so that it can catch Howyn wherever she is, so she doesn't leave.
Just drop everything into the...
I'm not dropping the hunting trap in the goo, but I definitely dropped Thoughtful Thug's poem in the goo.
I drop a ration into the goo.
See, she's well taken care of.
For the poem, do you like lay it on top? Do you like curl it and put it in? How do you?
Very reminiscent of what I did with the skull. I put it in, and then I take one finger and just slowly poke it down and hold it there.
The goo accepts your sacrifice.
Does it go away?
It remains suspended in the top part of the goo where you pushed it in.
Okay, I push it a little bit deeper, and then I take my hand out.
You have a little goo on your hands, and the visuals are awesome in my head. And the poem, the scroll is now just a little bit deeper in the goo, but you can all see it. And
Perfect.
Shiala, what do you do with the ration? How do you put it in?
She just drops it in and kind of pushes it down with her foot until it is sitting under the surface. Does it disappear?
No, neither of those two items disappear, but you now have some goo on your foot shoe area.
Goo on my shoe?
Depending on what you kept your shoe on. The goo is relatively easy to take off. It's sort of like
Like a gel.
Like a gel, yeah, and it tends to stick and clump to itself, if that makes sense, rather than like leaving little pieces of it behind.
I use
Yeah.
mine to style my hair.
There's something about Macaria. Okay. I guess I'm too old. That joke just...
No, I love that
Oh,
joke.
okay.
No, I got it.
Does anybody else want to do anything before we leave? Any other things you would like to discard in the goo?
No,
I'm
good.
looking, but I think I'm good.
We
Yeah, I
have
think
found
I'm
we
good.
have found the universal trash can apparently.
Yeah, I'm the only one who's never discarded anything, and I'm not gonna.
And Sariel, give yourself inspiration for sticking by and waiting for Hawyn devotedly as everyone else left.
In
Woot.
fairness,
Except I already have
Shiala was
inspiration.
running. Shiala was running to get everybody else to come over.
And Shiala, give yourself inspiration
I
for...
already have it too.
Damn it. Well, I'm gonna say it anyways. For consistently, like, not giving up in your lever search.
It's gonna be a running joke. I hope you know.
Because you never know. You never know. All right. So the four of you head out, and
Oh, wait, can I mention to everyone, can I tell them about the group that I saw?
Oh yeah.
of course, what do you say to them?
I just want to say, like, on our travels back, we need to be careful. There was another group here, and I like do a rundown of like who was in the group as much as I could see, I guess. And I just mentioned like, they knew the location of this tower, so they might be a group that we see again in the future.
Is halflings riding dogs like a common thing?
Yes.
Or is it like
Probably.
weird?
Please make that a common thing.
Are you asking me, like, in this world? Is that a common thing?
Yes.
Yeah, in the setting.
It is the it is not a common thing to have such a wonderful like get up on the dog. You can tell that this is, like long-term dog riding professional.
All right.
Halflings might ride creatures that are appropriate for that sort of thing, but this takes it's like the next level, next tier.
He is not a casual rider.
Right. Yeah.
We suggest maybe they're a circus, a traveling circus or something.
They didn't seem like a circus.
Fair.
What did they say?
Were they like us?
What does that mean? What are we like?
We're not a
Group of-
circus.
Group of people out doing adventurous quests and jobs and stuff.
Did you hear them say anything, Macaria?
One of them's name was like Tem something, Temperous, Tempura. It was something like that.
Tempura?
I was really distracted. I was trying to find Thrymbi.
Okay, and did you hear them say anything? Why were they here? Were they saying anything?
I don't know. The one guy was mad at the other guy because he didn't listen to him, and then the lady yelled at them, and then they went away, I guess.
Alright, so it might not have anything to do with us then.
I don't know. They're looking for something or someone. I know that.
Okay, well that changes things.
But they didn't find him if it was us. I suggest we leave, though.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
So back to the inn. I'm gonna check on Boggin, and if Paasha isn't at the inn, we can go. It's on the way anyways to the blue crystals.
I need to buy big swords.
Okay.
We need to make that stop sometime.
I'm not opposed to that.
Okay,
Bigger
great.
swords for you means better whatever.
It's not the size that matters, it's the strength of the swing.
Ho!
Well, it's also, reach.
So the bigger sword shop. Noted.
Yeah. So if there's like a shop with a picture of a large sword, I would like to stop at that shop.
Is anybody interested in following that group of people? And totally fine if not. I'm just offering that as an option.
Shiala would be more interested in getting back to find Paasha. She doesn't know who this group is. They could just be people minding their own business for all she knows.
I would like bigger swords first. There's more of them than us now.
That is fair.
The dog counts as half a person too, so definitely.
Yeah,
Way
so does
more.
Hawyn. So even when we had her, it didn't
Does-
matter.
Does the halfling count as half a person?
No, I mean she's
Rude, racist.
That's racist.
yeah. She has a mounted dog for them. That's pretty dope.
She's a professional.
All right, so our the team is heading back to Ballant. They've had some interesting times here at the Blue Tower. And stay tuned for next week to see what happens, y'all.